Their music was taken from us far earlier than we expected.
Polly wants a cracker. Think I should get off her first.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 musicians who died too soon.
They tried to make me go to rehab, but I said no. Yes, I've been black, but when I come back, you're no.
For this list, we've chosen musicians who died abruptly and that were either on the verge of reaching their full potential or in the prime of their careers.
When I die, well, you give me all your loving and your turtle doving, all your hugs, your kisses, and your money too.
Number 10. Ty, Tupac Shakur, and the Notorious B.I.G.
To all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical douches in your bushes.
In what is one of the rare cases of a Watch Mojo tie, here's a duo that started out as friends but ended their lives as foes.
Now you tell me who won. I see them, they run.
And that's why Pac and Biggie will forever be linked in life and death.
Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me.
Two artists gunned down in the prime of their lives. Both men spent their artistic careers struggling to express both the poverty of their early years and the decadence of their adult years.
Coming out just me and my crew, cause all we wanna do is bullshit, and we party, and bullshit, and we party.
The impact they could have made if their lives hadn't been taken so early is daunting to consider.
And the only time we chill is when we kill each other. It takes skill to be real time to heal each other.
Number 9. Jeff Buckley.
Looking out the door, I see the rain fall upon the funeral mourner.
Despite critics heaping praise upon him thanks to his 1994 debut record, this singer-songwriter's music is remembered even more fondly after his life tragically ended due to an accidental drowning.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
With his incredible voice and guitar-playing skills, Jeff Buckley's stamp on music can be felt to this day. Grace, the only full-length album he released during his lifetime, is so timeless that it re-entered the Australian charts a full 13 years after it came out.
I believe my time is come.
It's since gone double platinum and prompted the release of multiple posthumous recordings. An artist who would stand out in any crowd, Jeff's short career has stood the test of time.
Death by the rapists, the white noise of the world!
Number 8. Ian Curtis.
Live transmission, radio.
The lead singer and lyricist of seminal post-punk act Joy Division, Ian Curtis's life was a short, tortured one that was ended by his own hand.
In the shadow play, acting out your own death, knowing no more.
He spent his life writing music rich with imagery of isolation, depression, and loneliness, and left the world in the same fashion. After his suicide, the music he recorded influenced millions of young people who thought they were the only ones who felt alone. But thanks to Curtis and Joy Division, they knew they were not.
Oh, I was called out when the going gets tough. Things you learn out no longer enough. Allowing the sound, it's all we need to know. To synchronize love to the beat of the show.
Number 7. Kurt Cobain.
She has me like a Pisces when I am weak.
A reluctant megastar who buckled under the pressure of fame and took his own life because of it. Kurt Cobain's arrival on the US Billboard charts indelibly altered music as we know it today.
Let me take a ride, hurt yourself.
Possessing a voice that was mired in anger and isolation, there was no singer who was better positioned to be the voice of his generation than Cobain. During his short career, Kurt managed to write music that spoke to millions of disillusioned youths when they needed it most.
I can't see you every night. I can't see you.
Thus, Nirvana's music and impact remains widespread and influential to this day. Number 6. Michael Jackson.
You never make me stay, so take your weight off of me. I know your every move, so won't you just let me be?
A trailblazer throughout his long career, the king of pop's death from a drug overdose took the world by surprise. Despite several years of relative seclusion, excitement for an announced comeback tour was palpable. While the world was deprived of the opportunity to see a master of his craft one more time, the library of music Michael Jackson left behind will remain a testament to his massive talent and work ethic. Number 5. Jim Morrison.
Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm.
Incapable of compromise, Jim Morrison was an artist in the truest sense of the word.
Into this world we're thrown.
A poet and filmmaker, it was music where his efforts would gain the widest acceptance. Taking his poetry and pairing it with the efforts of his bandmates, every aspect of The Doors had Morrison's fingerprints all over it.
Lost in our romance, wilderness of pain.
Though the circumstances surrounding his death are still disputed, it could be said that it was his artistic drive that was ultimately his undoing, but also his legacy's salvation. Number 4. John Lennon.
When the night has come and the land is dark.
One of the biggest stars on the planet for more than half of his life, John Lennon used that platform to attempt to change the world for the better.
All we are saying is give peace a chance.
One thing's for certain, Lennon was able to make a huge difference in the world of music and the hearts of millions of fans, whether it was as a member of the Beatles or as a solo artist. The victim of a senseless murder, John's legacy is one of peace and love. Number 3. Buddy Holly.
All my life I've been waiting, tonight there'll be no hesitating, no boy.
Buddy Holly was arguably the biggest star of a trio of artists who all died when the plane they were traveling in crashed, instantly killing them all in 1959.
Well, I love you down here, the love you begging
Ritchie Valens, the Big Bopper, and Holly's deaths were such a big blow to the music industry that the incident has come to be known as the day the music died.
When I die, well, you give me all your loving and your turtle doving, all your hugs, your kisses, and your money too.
Despite a relatively short career before his passing, no early rock star had a larger influence on modern music.
Oh, well, I love you, gal, and I want you, Peggy Sue.
Number 2. Freddie Mercury.
Thank you.
Thanks to his 4-octave range and masterful stage presence, Queen frontman Freddie Mercury emerged as one of the most talented and versatile vocalists.
I'm gonna fight, not a fear.
With the culmination of his talents being showcased at their show-stealing set at Live Aid in 1985.
Body of a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street. Gonna be a big man someday. A motto on your face, big disgrace. Taking your crown all over the place. Sing it.
Mercury continued to compose music and release albums after being diagnosed with AIDS, but he kept his condition private until the day before he died at the age of 45 in 1991.
I'm burning through the sky. Yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit.
Given his songwriting abilities, singing prowess, and Queen's successful fusion of musical genres, Mercury would have easily continued to perform well into the future were he not taken away from us so soon.
So it seems, in the end, is this what we're all living for today? The world we created.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Yesterday, but too many storms have come and gone, leaving a trace of not one God-given ray. Is it because my life is 10 shades of gray? I pray all 10 fade away, still to praise him for the 7 day.
Don't make me stop now. Oh, have mercy. No, baby. I'm down on my knees.
Is why all the girls in town follow you all around. They try to make me go to rehab, but I said no, no, no. Yes, I've been black, but when I come back, you're no, no, no.
Number 1, Jimi Hendrix.
Hey! I wanna take you home. I won't do you no harm.
A guitarist with such unique talent that he's become the measuring stick that all others are compared to, Jimi was a force to be reckoned with. Leader of the Jimi Hendrix Experience and an underrated vocalist, Jimi was capable of taking any song and making it his.
Not even call on my telephone, on my telephone.
As evidenced by his incredible cover of the Star-Spangled Banner. And Bob Dylan's All Along the Watchtower. If he hadn't been taken from us when he was, by what's most commonly believed to be drug-related causes, there's no telling how much larger his impact could have been. Do you agree with our list? Who's your favorite musician who died too soon? For more music top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Somebody love